You're muted.
He had
You can
another bill
press *6
for
anytime to unmute yourself.
agreement between advanced nuclear technologies and advanced reactors and counties in the Southwest. And so I think that bill's doing pretty well. Again, it's a bill that we're watching, we're supporting, but I'm not active on it. Those are really the big bills that regarding nuclear that's going on. Will Payne, he has a bill in for his Southwest Research and Development Authority. They updated some wording in that, and they have added a nuclear there, so we are supporting that bill as well. But those are pretty much, that is the legislation we have going on. Any questions? Good. So,
can I put in just a pitch? This is for April. She's working the halls and doing a great job in Richmond on behalf of a lot of these. I know Will and Braden both just weighed in there. As your organizations, if you've got folks that are in Richmond and working on various pieces of legislation, please make sure to connect them with April so that we can broaden the support for these bills. I know there's been really solid stakeholder support for the legislation, but as it continues to move through the process, it's really helpful. So I know April keeps the VNEC board and her members informed, and there's folks there, but if there's others that aren't on the board but you want to have your organizations get involved, please put them in touch with April, because all the help and all the support helps.
And I'll send Ryan the list of these bills, and he can send them out to you all, so you guys can keep up to date on where they're at. But and if you're interested for me just to email you directly, please let me know as well. There's a lot going on, and last week was a busy week. I expect this week is going to be a little insane because of crossover. And then when we get to the Senate side, it's not going to be an easy road for any of our bills to get through. I do feel confident on the funding, but we still have some work to do there. We do have some really good support in the Senate, and I think we'll make it through. But it's just gonna take a little bit of being there and making sure that they hear our support. And one good thing about the legislature this year, and due to COVID, you can put comments online or participate virtual in meetings.
And if I could, I'd just like to say, on behalf of Virginia Tech, we certainly very much appreciate the work that you're doing on behalf of the Virginia Innovative Nuclear Hub, something that we are very supportive of. We do believe that with this level of state support, we can become one of the top states in the country in terms of nuclear research. So very excited about this opportunity and appreciate the work that you're doing on behalf of.
Thank you. And thank you for your team in Richmond too. They do stand up and support the legislation. It's really helpful. So on to the hub. The proposal is done. I'm done. I know there are some edits, a couple edits, and we can make those. I know there was one point that was made about adding something in about the governor's energy plan. I don't think it's necessary at this point, just because we're all working towards supporting the governor's energy plan, and he's been supporting us as well in our effort. So, I would love approval that, with the minor edit changes that have been provided, that we can get this submitted and we can be done with the proposal. It's only been 2 years.
So Ryan had sent around the let's call it near final or final draft from April. Final. I know, final. I know Andrew had sent back a few edits that I know April has received. Were there any other comments or comments from the authority? Because we would like to move to approve that as final and keep the hub process moving forward. Okay. With that, do I have a motion to approve? Yep. Andrew, you're on mute.
Yes, you have.
Okay, so Andrew has moved to approve the proposal from VNEC on the hub. Do I have a second?
Second?
Randy with the second. All in, or actually, I think, Randy, do we need to do the roll call vote on this one?
Well,
Right.
since we're online, I think it prudent to do the roll call on that.
Ryan, can you lead the roll call vote for the authority members?
I can.
Thank you.
All right. And sorry if I botched your name. Jeffrey Fox.
Approve.
Ken Ball.
Aye.
Bill Briscoe.
Aye.
John Capps.
Aye.
Dan Stoddard.
Aye.
Larry Corky.
Aye.
Rich Diddams. Gene Gretchik.
Aye.
Scott Koppel.
Aye.
Woody Lawman. Michael Lemke.
Aye.
Randy Heflin.
Aye.
Tim Stuhler.
Aye.
Gary Tepper.
Aye.
That should be it. Did I miss anyone?
I think you have to register me as an I too.
Okay. Tom is an aye.
But I think with that, the ayes have it, so that is approved. April, go forth and implement now, right? Congratulations. Was there anything else from the VNEC side that we need to update on?
Yeah, and I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna follow up with the hub more. The VNEC board voted end of last year to put together a committee between industry and universities to develop the governing documents for the hub. So they're in the process of putting that together now. We hired Bob Bailey. Some of you may remember him. He used to sit on the board as the authority as well to help us walk through those documents. So excited to have him, but I'm excited to have the industry and the universities working together on this part of it. So that's where we're at there. I mentioned earlier briefly that I've been talking to the Department of Education about putting some programs in regarding with their work-based learning program with middle schoolers and high school students. Hopefully by the next meeting I'll have more to report on that, but I'm pretty excited about some of the things that we may have going on to get to younger students about how and what it's like to work in the nuclear industry and what opportunities there are. And then I need to get another meeting with the working group for the advanced nuclear. I hopefully will get that set here in the next couple of weeks, but that will be going on as well to get an update and keep working on our priorities on what we need to do. Then we're still working with the Virginia Economic Development Partnership, putting together their value statement. I think they're almost done, but there's still a few companies that we'll be reaching out to, and we'll do an event with them sometime this spring to announce that and possibly do some other meetings. I think that is everything right now. It's just exciting times, so it's been a lot of fun, and still work closely with the governor's office. Really appreciate their guidance and support. They've been great to work with, and they're very excited. We brought in the Nuclear Innovation Alliance to give them briefings on different technologies and the nuclear regulatory process, and they all stayed awake through all of it.
Great. Any questions? Yep. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, Tom?
Yep. Go for it.
Okay. Hey. Sorry, I'm driving from one meeting to another. I just want to thank all of you, and especially April. I joke with April that we need to get her an office in the Patrick Henry building because that's how often we rely on her right now. And she's definitely been working the halls too, and Pocahontas, and then, the last weekend when we asked some of you all to kind of help us with the work through the surprise with the Power Innovation Hub, and that twist, it's incredibly meaningful and helpful, and the governor and the whole team were really excited about kind of taking this to the next level, and obviously also kind of developing the roadmap for site selection, determining what partners, and kind of putting some more things on paper, especially in terms of cost. I think that's probably one of the things that we've been talking about the most, especially with some of the bills in the legislature. So I just want to thank all of you. We appreciate the decades and decades of work, and we have a lot of work ahead, but it sounds like you're all up to it. So thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. One other thing to know, I can't believe I didn't mention it right off because it's the first time since COVID, but those of you remember before COVID, we did a yearly visit with students from VCU ANS to come to the legislature. That project is starting again this year. We will have VCU students and Liberty students. I have reached out to Virginia Tech. We're going to come up with another program to get them to do some outreach with legislators. So I'm excited to have that starting again.
Yeah, that's great. Any other questions for April? Okay, thank you. So the next thing is we have the minutes that were sent out from the November meeting. Did anybody have any edits to those that we need to incorporate? All right. Then otherwise, can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Michael Lemke, second by Scott. Okay, great. Ryan, I think we need to do the roll call again.
Jeff Fox.
Aye.
Ken Ball.
Aye.
Bill Briscoe.
Aye.
John Capps.
Aye.
Dan Stoddard.
Aye.
Larry Corky.
Aye.
Rich Diddams. Keegan Kretschik.
Aye.
Andrew Hutton.
Yep. Aye.
Scott Koppel.
Aye.
Woody Lawman. Tim Stuhler.
Aye.
Gary Tepper.
Aye.
And then Tom.
Aye. Okay. So I just had a couple of updates, but I also wanted to open it up for any other member updates. I think the key thing, at least at the federal level, is we've obviously seen turnover in the leadership in the House over the past couple weeks. That has meant we've finalized the leadership on the key committees and subcommittees of importance to nuclear. The takeaway, I think, here is we maintain a lot of strong supporters and knowledgeable people in the leadership positions of the Energy and Commerce Committee, the House Appropriations Committee, even though there's obviously not only just party changeover, but you actually have subcommittee changes in the case of the Energy and Water Appropriations Committee with Mike Simpson, who is a longtime and stalwart supporter of nuclear energy, moving over to Interior, but being replaced by Congressman Chuck Fleischman, who represents Oak Ridge National Lab and is very knowledgeable and deeply supportive of nuclear energy issues. So I think we're in very good shape with the changes. I think it just kind of underscores the growing kind of bipartisan support for nuclear energy. So even when you have a significant change in the House leadership, kind of nuclear soldiers on, which is great. And then beyond that, I think, we're going to roll into kind of an interesting budget season with the backdrop of whatever happens with the debt ceiling debate. So we'll have more updates, but DOE's got its hands full anyway with implementing all the funding that it's gotten over the past couple years. So there's plenty to do there, as I think Will and April have highlighted as well. So with that, are there any updates from authority members that you'd like to brief everyone on here today? Okay, not hearing any. I'm going to ask Ryan to do a doodle poll for our second quarter meeting. I think we'll target obviously after the legislative session, so we can get an update on kind of things where things shake out. That will be an in-person meeting, so we'll target that for the Richmond area, probably sometime in the April-May time frame. But we'll send that out and get that on the calendar as soon as we can. Are there any other comments or questions from the authority members before we go to comments from the public? Okay, if anyone would like to make public comments, we'll open that up now. If you can raise your hand or let us know, and we'll go from there. Erica, are you still on? All right, I'm not hearing any comments, but I think, Erica, I still see your phone number, so just maybe on mute if you wanted to make any comments.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, yep, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was on y'all's end. Y'all needed to unmute me. Somebody unmuted me finally because I was trying desperately to click over. So anyway, Erica Gray, Henrico, Virginia. I want to ask, this is the first time we've done a phone meeting. I didn't know we could do those. When did that change?
Yeah, that changed last year after the legislative session. There's allowances for virtual meeting. I think it's once, maybe twice per year now. So this will be one of ours.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess that's pretty convenient then. I would like, because I'm not there in person and because that seemed to be very difficult for me to get in on that link that was like crazy long. To be able to do it on the computer, so that's why I had to call in on the phone. It'd be nice if you're going to do phone calls to maybe make that a little bit clearer, a little bit easier than that link y'all gave was crazy. Anyway, since I can't see the presentation, I too would like to have sent by email the minutes and the notes and the slides as well, please. And then I'd also like to know, obviously, I don't know who was talking about the legislation, if that was April or Brandy. I'm not sure why it was just talking about the patron that's carrying the bill and not actually mentioning the number. I'm not sure, but I can see that there's plenty of nuclear energy bills, and the way they're written, I'm not sure how many of these will pass or not. The issue at hand really is Virginia at large is not really aware of what y'all are trying to do as it goes for small modular reactors and putting them into different communities or planning to. And regardless of what y'all say, the nuclear energy is not renewable. And y'all still have a trash problem. Nuclear waste, we don't have a solution for it. And so I guess you guys want to just keep on going, or maybe it's just a cash cow to keep getting all that free money and free prizes and so forth. But that's really not caring about Virginians at large or the people in the communities that would have to house something that only exists on paper, that's not vetted. So, I guess I've already done my share of reaching out to my senator and my delegate, and I'm going to continue to promote that others do the same. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Yes, please send me the today's meeting. I appreciate that very much.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any other comments, public comments today? Okay, not seeing any. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm glad we could do the virtual meeting. We will be in touch about the second quarter meeting, and with that, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Tom. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank